Calaroga Shark Media.
Hey there, I'm Chetty Mac with your daily comedy news. I do not like this first story, and I'm not throwing anyone under the bus here. I just don't like how this shook out at all. Let me set it up for you. Olivia Munn, she's married to John Mulaney, which is why we're talking about this. Stay with me. She was the cover story in the June 4th People magazine. The article was titled, Olivia Munn doesn't let her kids watch Miss Rachel. Here's why. If you're not in the know, Miss Rachel is the host of a popular children's show. A few days after the cover story, People apparently pulled out a poll quote, which is, I know kids love Miss Rachel, but the thing is, if I can't watch it, I'm not going to spend the rest of my life going crazy. These kids shows drive me crazy. All right, seems innocent enough. If you're a parent, some of those shows, you might, I'd stay with me. That's why I'm pulling my punch. I don't want to get in the middle of this, apparently. People deleted the article on Thursday, quote, due to the violent threats that escalated towards the interview subject and her family. John Mulaney has commented on this. Mulaney said, an innocent comment my wife Olivia Munn made about what children's programs we like has somehow, unbelievably, been conflated with not caring about the deaths of children in Gaza. John posted this on Instagram and said, because of this, my wife and 2 kids are now receiving violent and threatening comments and messages in her DMs. This is absolutely insane and needs to stop. The people doing this are so wildly out of line and so unhelpful to any conversation. You took a nothing comment to a dark and dangerous place. This kind of behavior isn't activism. Now, Olivia had also said, Malcolm asked for Blue's Clues, and I don't know who showed him the Blue's Clues, but they're on my crap list now. I said, hell no, not in my house. Olivia had to explain in a statement, to Miss Rachel and her fans, I hear and respect the passion behind your support. I never anticipated the media would single out one small thing I said and distort it like they have. My comments were never meant to diminish the joy, comfort, and impact she brings to so many families. Every parent understands the importance of finding meaningful programming that helps us connect with our kids. I don't want something taken out of context to be a moment that steals even a minute of joy for anyone. Now, apparently under some news stories about Olivia, Miss Rachel wrote, who cares? I'd rather you cover me advocating for kids in Gaza who are literally starving, largest cohort of child amputees in modern history, thousands and thousands killed, no medical care, no education, no homes. Do better. Not against her, Olivia, at all, and don't care that she doesn't want to watch the show. All my love to her and her family, disappointed in the outlets. Yikes. Just yikes. What's going on? All right. Meanwhile, in Los Angeles, Desi Lydic said, nothing calms down a situation like a military invasion. Desi again, I'm beginning to wonder if Trump is intentionally trying to escalate the situation because more chaos allows him to portray blue states as centers of crime while positioning himself as the strong man that the country needs to rally around. No, that's silly. I'm sure he's just doing what's best for everyone. Colbert, Trump has sent thousands of troops into downtown L.A. to quote what historians will remember as the battle of that video of a burning Waymo car they kept showing on cable news. Greg Gutfeld said California Governor Gavin Newsom and Mayor Karen Bass denounced the federal immigration raid, so now they don't want California to have ice or water. All right, we'll move on to the comedy part right now. Speaking of late night, IndyCar owner David Letterman will be on This Week CBS Sunday Morning. Hey, Mike from the Letterman Pod, did you know that? Are you learning that from me? Yeah, well, good. You're going to want to tape that one. But it appears they're talking IndyCars. Letterman will appear alongside Joseph Newgarden, Pato O'Ward, and Mario Andretti. Now, is that the Mario Andretti from when I was a kid? Maybe he co-owns the team. I'm not familiar with the other two. So now, IndyCar fans, you can come after me. I apologize. I don't know everything. I know you listen to the show and you're like, that Johnny Mackey knows everything. I don't know everything, and apparently I have a weak spot with IndyCar. Sticking with late night, looking ahead to the Emmys, this year there will only be 3 nominations in the Outstanding Talk Series category. Here's why. There were only 13 submissions. Because there's fewer late night shows now. The TV Academy rules say if there are between 8 and 19 submissions, the number of submissions will be divided by 4 and rounded to the nearest whole number. So how do we arrive at 3? Well, there were 13 submissions for the category. Let's do the math. 13 divided by 4 is 3 and change, and we round to the nearest whole number, and we get 3. The submissions, these are not nominations. These are who submitted. The Daily Show, Mulaney, Heart to Heart on Peacock. Apparently that exists. I know that exists, but has anyone ever mentioned that to you? I mean, that might be the Bob's Burgers of late night shows. CNN's Have I Got News for You. Hot Ones, Kimmel, Seth, Colbert, Midnight Snack with Julie Chan. Again, as I just copped to, I don't know everything. What is Midnight Snack with Julie Chen? Google, paste, and search. Okay, so several Google searches come up with the same exact phrasing, which is Midnight Snack with Julie Chen is the first late-night talk show hosted by a Chinese-American woman, Julie Chen. Now here I'm seeing a press release from September of 2024, which tells us the first season of Midnight Snack has 7 episodes, which sounds like a really low number, but we're okay with nominating Mulaney for 12, right? Okay. Apparently you can watch this on Asian American Movies, AAM.TV. Again, I'm just learning this show exists, so I'm not going to say it's good or bad. Might even win the Emmy. Also nominated Fallon, the Dropout website's show called Very Important People, Bill Maher, and Andy Cohen's show, which I saw just got an extension. So those are your 13. The nominees come out July 15th. The Emmy Awards will air on CBS September 14th. Out today on Hulu, Ska Koska has her second stand-up special. This one is called Father. I liked her previous special a lot, so I'm looking forward to watching this one at some point. It's going to rain again this weekend. Can I tell you, I'm speaking to you. It's 8:12 p.m. on Thursday evening. I usually don't record at night, but yesterday was like the only nice day in a 2-week radius where I live. So I took a beach day and it was beautiful. It was 84 and low humidity and sunny and just awesome. So I'm recording at night. I feel a little thrown off because I usually record midday, early afternoon. This is just weird to me, but it's going to rain this weekend, so I'll have time to watch Atsuko. She says her fans insist on calling her mother, but she begs to differ. She says, "Oh no, I am father." In the trailer, we see that joke where she asks her husband how to turn on the washing machine, and that's how he realized he'd been doing the laundry all those years. She also jokes that she wants to grow her hair out, but she can't because her current haircut is her brand. In the special Father, she reflects on her relationship with her father, who lives in Japan, and has been not really much part of her life since she moved to the States. She says telling her story on stage has helped heal her. What I found out about trauma is when you're not going through it, you're not going, this is trauma. Now that I'm able to joke about it, I'm realizing I've sort of started to heal without even realizing it. She talked about trying to pray her mom's illness away when she was younger and said, I became super Christian on my own. I think I needed something to believe in or something. It was community, all these things. And I was still confused about why we didn't go back to Japan and my mom's condition in the garage. I took it very seriously to the point that I even signed up for Jesus Camp on my own. I remember at the camp, there were these prayer groups and prayer meetings we'd break off into. And one night it was like me and like 30 people in a prayer group. And I asked them to pray for my mom to get better, to be freed from the voices in her head and all these things, from the suffering, from severe depression to the seizures, from feeling so isolated and down all the time. I truly thought it was going to work. I was in middle school and I remember believing, oh my gosh, this is really different. I've prayed for this before. When I go home, she's going to be healed. When I came home, I was super disappointed that she hadn't changed and feeling really down and hopeless because till this day, she still hears voices. That's on Hulu tonight. Looking forward to checking that out. Congratulations to Dr. Colin Jost. He received the Honorary Doctor of Humane Letters from the College of Staten Island in recognition for his outstanding contributions to comedy, television, and community service. What's a little weird about this is he accepted it over video. I mean, the whole point of us giving you the honorary degree is so you come and give a speech, dude. What's going on? Oh, yeah, I'd love to come. Oh, yeah, I'm filming a movie. I can't possibly. How would I possibly get to New York City? How would I do that? Come on, Colin. What is he filming? Let me look this up. From the Facebook page Filming in Georgia, it says the breadwinner is filming in the Atlanta area, and Colin Jost is in that film. Colin, dude, bro, dude, Colin, man, dude, you telling me you can't get from Atlanta to New York City? You telling me you can't do that? Come on, you can do that. I'm sure Nate would have understood. You could have been there. Come on. Anyway, congratulations, Colin Jost. A lot of big names in the show today. This is a lot of fun. All right, here's a big name. Say a week ago you were in Cambridge. You're on the bus. You're minding your own business. You know, you're probably listening to my podcast while surfing the internet. You know, it's a good combination. And you look up and you're like, hey, that tall dude with the red-orange hair, he looks really familiar. Is that Conan O'Brien on a bus in Cambridge? Yeah, it was. Conan O'Brien takes the bus. This apparently is like totally real and not a publicity stunt. Conan gave Craig, the bus driver, a shout-out saying, the best driver in Cambridge? Right here. Craig says, I was driving along on Route 70. All of a sudden, I see this gentleman on the right hand walking. I saw the red hair, and it kind of looked like Conan's hair, so I said to myself, is that Conan? And it actually was. He said, hey, let's take it right away. I said, I'm not allowed to have a phone on the bus, Conan. And he said, oh, that's terrible. So he was just a great guy. That's fun. All right, Great American Comedy Festival is in Norfolk, Nebraska tonight. Your 5 feature comedians, River Butcher, David Perdue, Amy Shanker, Adam Tiller, and Chip Chantry. Your headliner, James Austin Johnson. Are you watching basketball? No, me neither. There's one person in the world watching this whole basketball series, and his name is Mike Epps, known Pacers fan. He's like the one person who was like, should we put the Knicks in the finals so we get like 23 million viewers? No, let's put the Pacers through so we can get 7. Mike Epps spoke to website Endscape, and he's pretty big on Tyrese Halliburton. Now, I gotta say, I was pretty impressed by Mr. Halliburton in the Eastern Conference Finals. The dude brought it. Mike Epps says, Halliburton is an unpredictable player, and that's what I love about him because you don't really know what you're going to get. That's how he gives it to you. You can't really predict what he's going to do and how he's going to do it, but he gets it done. That's what I like about him. Some players, you just about to pinpoint him out, but this guy here is unpredictable and brilliant when it comes to playing basketball. No question without a doubt. He reminds me of myself. That's why can I relate to him, because it's his avant-garde approach, and it might not be pretty, but it gets the job done. All right, Mike Epps, what's your earliest recollection of following the Pacers, Mr. Big-Time Pacers fan? Mike Epps said, I've been a Pacer fan as long as I can remember. You grew up in the city, and Indianapolis is a basketball town. So I was a Pacer fan. Probably I was 7, 8 years old. I used to go to a place called Market Square Arena where they used to play. And man, I was a Pacer fan before Reggie Miller was there, going all the way back to the Billy Knight days. All right, that's some street cred. When you're a fan, you're a diehard fan. You have a lot of ups and downs. Me, I had times where I was like, oh man, why am I a Pacer fan? When you love a franchise and it's your hometown, you can't really find yourself rooting for anyone else. That's what diehard means. All right, who's your favorite Pacers player of all time? Reggie Miller, clutch player. And when you say Indiana Pacers, that's who you think of. Reggie Miller, he put us on the map. Game 4 is tonight at 8:30. If you're curious, I'll be watching Otsko. And that is your comedy news for today. All right, I got to shower and get the sand off me. See you tomorrow.